I'm here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the one and the only. This is Big Time Show once again, live and in color on a Saturday, 3 o'clock. By now, you should know that if I'm here at 3 o'clock on my regular time, that should tell you that my son don't have me running today. That's really all you need to know. He did not have a game today, so I'm able to come on at my regular time. Good to be here on the day. We talk a little bit more Dallas Cowboys football. We got a long way to go before week 1. I know we got preseason games and all that type of stuff, but let's just be honest. We already, the fan base is excited and we're ready to play football. We're anxious to see what this team, number one, will look like and what it will do, most importantly. And so preseason games are good because there may be some people that may be trying to find a spot on this team. And I think there are some position battles that will take place, and not every job. Maybe the starters are kind of set. Most of the starters are really set once you look at it. But the depth chart may not be fully settled. So that's what makes training camp beautiful. Guys are going to be fighting for jobs. Guys are trying not to be on the practice squad. And that's where the fun begins. And so preseason is important. It's a great evaluation point as well, as we already know all this. And I think that it's going to be extremely exciting this year with the new coaching staff, with the descriptions of the players that they want, with with the type of player that they want. It's going to be interesting to see how they fill out this game day roster. It's just going to be interesting. I think this is a very important training camp. It's obviously because, you got a new coaching staff. You're trying to set a new tone. You're trying to, establish a culture, if you want to say that. So this is a very, very important training camp for Dallas, and in particular, Coach Schottenheimer. There's no question about that. So it's huge. Hope you guys will come in. I hope you hit that like button for me as you come in. Smash it about 20 times a piece. If you're on YouTube, you can simply hit that. You can double tap your screen. You'll see a thumbs up. That counts as a like. So I guess a double tap equals 1 like. So you do the math, however many likes you want to give me, you can do that. It won't take you long. You're on Facebook, of course, you hit that like button. Smash it for me about 20 times, and we can move on from there. If you're on Twitter, what's up, Twitter? I did take care of it this time. So if you're on Twitter, and I know most of the time you could not comment, but it's fixed now. So if you put your comment in, I will be able to see it, no doubt. So I hope that you guys you can do that. I'm gonna speak to everybody. I already see some comment up here about it in. It says Jada Pickett. Can't be the Jada Pickett. I'm gonna let her, whoever that is, talk for a little bit. Y'all ain't got to respond. I see it. Get rid of that real quick. content creators are super and been outstanding these last few weeks, really ever since the draft and the cup. So I like to commend all my brothers and sisters of the DC universe who have just been clowning. Vosh Lombardi is incredible. Boss Cowboy, incredible. Law, incredible. Angry Cowboy fan, on fire. I don't want to miss nobody. Lou's takes, incredible. Landlord and Henny, just been on fire, man. The OC, when he gets a chance to pop in, always top notch content. It almost makes me, if we doing this well, during the off season, I'm almost scared to see what we gonna do during the season. I mean, these guys, and Stargazer and Craven Cowboys, Amp, man, look, these folks have been doing an outstanding job so far. Let me speak to everybody in the building. Let me see who in here. Let me see. I already know. Let me see. Ollie. Hallelujah. Salute. Appreciate you. Thanks for popping in. Joe, what's up? Fish lover. Okay. Hello. It's Nath. I don't know who y'all are, but thank you for popping. Kid Cowboy in the building. Jada Pinkett. That almost like a scam person, man. Okay, and there's other people that spoke, so I don't know who's on here. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I hope you guys will share. Well, Ollie, let me help you, because if you don't stop, you're gonna be doing this the whole time you with me. Kid Cowboy is he likes to start this. This is his way of trying to take over. He is never positive. He is never positive at all. He don't like certain players on this team. They could do well, and he'll still find a loophole and try to make it seem like they ain't done nothing. So it's good to engage in conversation, but I can tell you, I don't even want you to waste your exercise on your thumbs dealing with Kid Cowboy. He's a Cowboy fan, but he is not a fan. Yeah, there you go, hallelujah. Yeah. I mean, the world famous statements and people who are better than certain people is legendary from him. So he's realistic. He's firm in his belief, but he never gives the Cowboys any credit, although he's a fan. He never gives them credit, never. It is what it is. And you need that in the land, but don't waste your time on it, because you're gonna be typing the whole time, which is okay. If you like to fight, a little fight in there, it's okay. just stay tuned. Just watch how you respond to some of the stuff I say. Just watch. It is what it is. He's a brother. He's part of the family. I don't kick him out. Okay, Aztec Allegra. The current roster, I got us going 10-7, but if we sign a veteran defensive tackle and cornerback, I can see us getting 11-6 and maybe 12-5. That's a big jump, Azteca. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. That's a big jump from 10. 2 wins is a jump. It's a nice jump. I don't know about that, because you had to tell me who that person is. if you're talking about defensive tackles, all the good ones are primarily gone, unless you're telling me that we're gonna trade for one. And then my pushback would be that the Cowboys love their draft picks. So I don't know, they had to be getting somebody like a George Pickens for them to give up, some real good, draft, stuff like that. That's my only point. I know how they love their picks, and I just don't see them, giving away too many more. They already gave up a third for Pickens. If you're talking about getting one of the real good ones, then what are you gonna have to give up? And I don't think the Cowboys want to give up too much. Everybody's talking about DJ Reader from Detroit, and he is a great, pretty good player, without a doubt. I would love to have it. But the thing about Reader is, and he very well may be ready for a trade, considering that Detroit picked up Tyreek Williams from Ohio State, the defensive tackle. And they may be ready to, they might be ready. I'm not familiar with Detroit. Don't want to pretend like I know. I don't know if they might want to keep him as depth, but somebody's going to have to, be a starter, and somebody's going to have to be coming off the bench. And you can say a role player, as whatever case may be. It's just that DJ is a bona fide starter. There's no question about that. That's the name that everybody in the fan base have been calling out as maybe the defensive tackle, and he's real good. But the question is, if you were to go get a guy like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm gonna try to send my brothers my show, because they've been looking for me, and I ain't been here in a while, at least on time. See what happened. All right, D-Bird, I see you send me a message. I ain't see it. Mm-hmm. All right, I did that. Sorry for the distraction. You asked about the cornerback. Again, it's the same thing. You got to tell me who that cornerback is. And I think everybody done forgot we got Elam from Buffalo, who I thought would be the starter anyway until, Diggs comes back. I think Elam can do the job. However, I think that I think Elam will be the target of a lot of our, opponents. Folks believe in Bland. I don't think too many people believe in Elam. You had to be careful when Diggs was back there with Bland. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them can get you. I'm not sure that Elam has that same reputation. Elam was a first-round pick. But again, for whatever reason, Buffalo got off of him. He's with us now. And I think that he would obviously be probably the good replacement. Can you do something better? I don't know why they brought Stephon Gilmore into the building. Hey, Auntie. I see my aunties here. Hey, Auntie. I don't know why they would bring Gilmore into the building, and I just don't know. Unless you feel like he's washed, if you feel like he can't play anymore, then I get it. But if he's not washed, Gilmore will come cheap, and if he still can play, at least to the level that you need, Gilmore would be a perfect sub for Diggs while he's out. Matter of fact, you wouldn't rush Diggs back too quick. If he's the same Gilmore. And Kid Cowboy, although I disagree with just about everything you say, but on that right there, I will agree with you. Gilmore is not elite anymore. Not like, well, you talking about Dak Prescott, probably know you. I'm sorry. Y'all continue to argue. I thought you were talking about Gilmore. I know you talking about that, so I should have known it. But I will borrow from Kid Cowboy on that. I don't think that Gilmore is defensive player of the year, Gilmore. But I believe he's solid. He's smart and he can play. And I think that you would have to respect him if he's out on the field. That's what I'm talking about. So you have to tell me who the cornerback is. I've heard rumors about, at least his name has been called. I don't know if it's a rumor from the Cowboys. It's probably just the fan base doing a whole lot of talking. That's Asante Samuel Jr. I would love that. I would love to have Asante Samuel Jr. I would like that. I would love to have Asante Samuel. If he does, I'd say put him dead into the star lineup day one and let's play football. Asante Samuel Jr. and Bland on the other side. I'll tell you real quick, let's play. You ain't got to think. Let's go play. So I really do feel that would be a good one. John Jones, what's up? What's going on? Hello to everybody coming in. I appreciate all y'all popping in on your boy today. Hit that like button for me if you don't mind. And let's just continue to talk here. I saw something else. I'm going to get to what I wanted to say about the thing for sure. Brian. Hey, Brian Thompson. How you doing, sir? He says it's time to show Deuce Vaughn the door. No question. I don't know how he makes this team this year. I don't know how he makes it. I really don't. I don't see it. I think the farthest that Deuce can go this year is the practice squad. That's it. I don't see how he makes the team at all. Unless Miles Sanders is a washed running back. Unless some running back that we're counting on being on this team is a guy that won't make the team, then I can see that. But I just don't see how Deuce makes it. Not that he's horrible, but it's just he does not fit. I don't think at least what Schottenheimer is looking for in a running back. See, it may have fit McCarthy, and I want to say it may not have fit McCarthy. The way I look at it, Deuce Vaughn was just a great feel-good story for the Cowboys because his father worked there, and everybody remembers the call when he got drafted. That's good stuff. Good heartwarming stuff. So but other than that, he's really not made an impact. Now he does well in preseason games, and everybody started getting excited, say, "Hey, give him the ball." But everybody forgot that when he played in preseason games, he was playing against guys that work at Walmart. So, you know what I'm saying? Guys that just got there. They back at Walmart as soon as the preseason was over with. Everybody forgot that. Yeah, he looked good against them. No impact at all in the regular season at all. Barely dressed. Did not get the ball, really, at all. So, Deuce probably at this point needs as early as it is in his career, considering that he's not even considered for the running back position. You know that by how they went ahead and hurried up and got Javonte Williams. They went out and, going to get running backs. They drafted a running back. So Deuce is not even, to me, I don't even think he's in the process. So you're right, Brian. I believe he's out of here. And he probably need a fresh start. You need a team that, and because of his size, everybody talk about it don't make no difference. Well, it does. Deuce is incredibly talented, shifty, can make you look real bad at times. But it's a reason why teams were saying that about him when he was drafted. Like, talented guy, tough, but he too short. Just too short. And you have to ask yourself the question, okay, he's a running back. He won't play special teams. He won't even play special teams. See what I'm saying? He could be a kickoff returner. He could do that. But we already got one. You see what I'm saying? We got Kevontae Turpin. We got the best returner in the game. So, where is really a spot for him? So I agree with you. He probably won't get out of here. Our brother Shane is in the building. Shane, he says, do you think Dak is tired of the criticism, or do you think he's complacent because of the payday? I think Dak has remained the same character-wise. He don't look complacent to me. He don't look complacent to me. There's nothing complacent about Dak. Dak, one thing, you may not like him. You may have criticism of him or whatever the case may be. One thing you have to admit is he's been consistent. He's still the perfect media quarterback. He still is the leader of the team. He gives his all on the field. No, his all sometimes is not good enough, but his character has remained the same. So I don't think the money changed him at all. Not really. He still got the dog and the want to. You know what I'm saying? He wants to play. He wants to win. It's just that simple. Do I think he's tired of the criticism? Any player would be. Especially when a lot of the criticism is coming from the fan base. See, Dak has a double-edged sword. He already has on one side the people that despise the Cowboys all by himself. That's automatic. But it's another whole thing when the fan base hates you equally as the outside people do. And there's a whole lot of Cowboy fans that feel like that about Dak. We got one in here right now, this kid Cowboy. So when you start talking about people when you hear the criticism from your own fan base, I ain't talking about criticism of the game. We all do that. I do that too. The difference between me and the haters of Dak Prescott is I'm the same guy that will give him credit when credit is due. If he played pretty good, I don't fast forward to the playoffs. I don't fast forward to all that other stuff. I give him the credit. If it's week one, I'm sticking with week one. Did he play like trash in week one, or did he play great? Whichever side that is, that's what I do. I'm the first one to say, hey man, what's up, Lou? Lou in the building. Lou's takes in the building. What's up, bro? I'm the one that would say, hey man, he got to be better. I will say that. But at the same time, if he give me 300 yards passing and 3 touchdowns, and whether he get one pick or no picks, and the team win, then I'm the one that's gonna say he played great. The haters will immediately say, well, yeah, he always do it in the regular season. He got to do it in the playoffs. So that's their way out. That's their way out. They'll never give him credit for when it's due. They'll just say, yeah, okay, whatever. It's a regular season. He ain't played nobody. He played a cream puff. All that type of stuff. That's how they do. So, yeah, but any player would be upset or feel it. They read Twitter just like we do. They ain't gonna never come out and comment on it, but they watch First Take just like we do. They watch, they record it just like we do. They say they don't, but they know everything that was being said about them. I believe he has a problem with a few media people. He hears what LaShawn McCoy said about him. He hears what Stephen A. Smith and the Shannon Sharps of the world. They've heard. He's heard that. He has, and I believe he want to shut their mouth. But that's the thing. He got to do it. He just got to shut their mouth. Okay. Let me get to what I want to talk about real quick, and then we'll continue on. We kind of freestyling. If you can see in my title, you kind of know where I'm going. Let me tell you what this schedule did. This schedule that we have, by now everybody knows it. Everybody could just about recite it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't memorized it totally yet, but I kind of know where everything is. Let me tell you what this schedule has done. It has eliminated, if you're talking about winning, because a lot of people, man, I'm serious. It's a lot of people. You know, I ain't just talking about fans being homers. It's a lot of people, man, that really believe that the Cowboys are a double-digit win team this year. And they're basing it off of, without a doubt, they're basing it off of the simple fact that they're figuring that this offense is going to be lethal. I'm one of those too. I'm one of those people that, of course, if healthy, I believe that the Dallas Cowboys will be a top 5 offense this year. I believe they're going to score probably somewhere 25 plus points and up a game. I don't see how. I don't think you can stop this. I just don't. Hey, what's up, Roger? Hot Rod in the building with the 99-cent super chat. Appreciate it. Oh, he gave me the sticker. Appreciate you, man. He says underline twice, whatever that means. But Hot Rod, I appreciate you, bro. He's with me from the very beginning when I was on Podbean. When I see Hot Rod, much respect. And that's one of the guys that listened to me when I first started on Podbean. So that's at the very beginning. Man, thank you, man. Good to see you too, man. All right. Oh, by the way, when you do the super chat, those that will, I always honor the people that decide to patronize the show. I always read your comment. So if you ever just got to say something that you just got to, I got to say or respond to, if you do that super chat, I will. Not a trick. It's just I got a lot of comments flowing in here. I can't really just go through all of them, but the super chat guarantees that I would do it. If you're on YouTube, you see that $ down there. You got a couple choices you can make. You can do it there. You know, on Facebook. I think you can do the stars as well. And then push come to shove, if you do my Cash App, $ the Big Time Show, I got my phone on, so I know when you do it. If you do it, I'll do it and highlight your comment. I appreciate you. All right. I think that we got to be honest with, you know, if you really know football, this offense would be pretty good this year. It will be. I can see it. I believe they're going to be, some games they're going to look just unstoppable. I can see that. And then there's maybe from, the better teams of the league, you may have a little dog fight here and there, but I still believe in order to beat the Cowboys, you're going to have to put up at least 21 points. You're gonna have to score to beat the Cowboys. I believe the Cowboys will now have a hard time finding the end zone. Hopefully we can stop some people and move on from there, and that'll make it even better. But I just feel like this offense is just gonna be too weaponized to be stopped. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't care who the defense is. It's too many. It's too much to deal with, and you can't shut it all down. It's just too much. That's just off the paper. I ain't even through it. I'm just looking at the tight end, the wide receivers, and Dak. That's what I'm looking at. I ain't threw in the running back coming out the backfield as far as running and catching the ball. I mean, it's a lot. I ain't even talking about a 3 wide receiver set. I ain't even talking about that. I don't see it. I don't see how they can be stopped. They may lose some games, but it won't be because of lack of scoring. I don't think so. There'll be some games where they're just going to have a bad game. They won't score 25. They won't score 24. They won't look like that. I still believe Dak Prescott is going to do what he does if he's not injured. I believe Dak Prescott is going to get 4,000 yards, as he always does when he's not injured. I believe he's going to give you 30-plus touchdowns. I can see that easily because that's what he does. I can see CeeDee Lamb getting dang near close to over 100 yards reception. And I can see him getting almost about 1,400 yards like he always does since he's been in the league. I can see that. I can see Pickens possibly getting somewhere between 65 and 75 catches for the year. I can see him getting over 1,000 yards. I can see Jake Ferguson, because of Pickens being there and Lamb being there, I can see Jake Ferguson getting a whole lot of one-on-ones because that's the way defenses, I feel, are going to play him. I believe that Jake Ferguson will have the best year of his career because he's going to get the opportunity because he's going to have a whole lot of one-on-ones. He's going to have a whole lot of one-on-ones, and I believe if he's the guy, we're going to find out this year because he's going to see a lot of single coverage because the attention is going to go to Lamb and Pickens. That's just common sense football. So I'm expecting Ferguson to have his best season this year, which will probably give him a Pro Bowl, which will probably, that's no question about that. I can see it. I think this offense is going to be lethal. I ain't talked about the running backs yet. I think the running game then is going to be solid, solid enough where it's not going to, it's not going to hurt things. I don't see it because they're going to run it through light boxes because they're not going to bring an extra safety down. You're not going to go one-on-one with Pickens and Lambs out there. No way. You're not going to stack the box. And then we don't have no running backs that people respect like that anyway. See what I'm saying? No, there's no running back on this roster right now that you're scared of. So you're not giving special attention to them. So I can see all the attention is going to go to Lamb and Pickens. There's no question about that. So you're going to have light boxes. And if we can block, it's going to be, with the Cowboys, going to be a problem offensively. I believe that 1,000,000%. Ain't nobody going to take me that. I have to, and I ain't seen not one play done, but I just feel like this is just a common sense thing. This offense is not going to be bad at all, despite what Kid Cowboy writing in there. See what I'm saying? It's just common sense. Now, my title was, I forgot what my title was, but y'all saw it. Let me tell y'all, the schedule is calling for immediate response. There's no time to say we got to get it together because if you got to get it together, you're going to be old. You're going to be 2-3. You're going to be 2-4 after 6 games. You're going to be, 2-7. I mean, we don't have time this year. We have to come. Y'all saw the schedule. We had to come out of the gate swinging. immediately. I'm talking about if you're talking about making a move, if you're really talking about competing, if you're really talking about possibly winning this division, if you're talking about being competitive, if you're not winning the division, if you're talking about trying to get a wild card spot, you have no time to be quote unquote trying to figure stuff out. We don't have time to be trying to figure. We can't figure stuff out now. We have to come out on fire from the get-go. There's no question about it. Philly, the Giants, week 2. Chicago on the road. I mean, this is how we coming out. You already know who we have on schedule. We got the whole AFC West. Got the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh led team. You know they tough. You know they gonna be physical. You know they gonna run the ball. You got the Raiders on the schedule. You got the Chiefs on the schedule. You got, our division alone. That's nasty. We don't have time for trying to figure out what we need to do. All that. No, we don't have time. Which leads to this. I'll let y'all do all this stuff, but let me tell you something. Well, Brian, that's a great point, what you just said right there. And that's why I say it might be time for a change. And this is the reason why I'm saying it. Brian makes a great comment. This is why I'm saying this. The Cowboys, for at least during the Mike McCarthy era, they didn't play any preseason. Our starters didn't. Now, that don't mean that when they scrimmage, did their inner scrimmage with another team that they practice with, they got all, they got down then. And I don't know if Brian Schottenheimer's going to have a team, that's, want to practice with them and all that type of stuff. I don't know. But if they do, then, everybody going to get a little work then. But it's only half, you ain't going to do it much. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll go back to whatever you schedule. This is what I'm saying. Maybe we do need to play. See, the Cowboys starters didn't even play a series in preseason. So their first work was week 1 last year against Cleveland. That was their opening to the league. Nobody took no hits. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody was, getting them shoulder pads loosened up. It was nothing there. It was nothing. And the very first, real football that they played, other than those scrimmages, was week 1. This is what I'm saying. Because of the urgency that the schedule brings this year, because of the urgency, you don't have time to wait. I think the guys need to play a little bit in the preseason, whether that's 1 series, 2 series, whatever that means. They need to be out there every preseason game, getting your feet wet. I love Tyler Booker, the rookie guard that we picked up in the first round. I think he's going to be a pure animal. I believe he's going to be a dog, supreme. But he's a rookie. He needs to get some reps. His first rep don't need to be against the Philadelphia Eagles, Jordan, Carter, and company. That's not a good way to start your NFL career. You might whoop them, but I'm just saying that you need to have your feet wet. And if you're not planning on playing him in the preseason at all, then you better beat his brains out in practice. He need to be lining up. If he's not going to play in the preseason, he got to get baptized in this league. So you need to be putting Osi in front of him. You need to put Michael Parsons for a blitz package, him coming up the middle, since Michael likes to pass rush sometimes straight up in the middle. He needs to see Mozzie Smith Since both of them are strong, you need to put your hands on somebody. If you're not gonna play him in the preseason, he needs to get baptized. Since he's a rookie, he needs to get initiated into the NFL. Hey, Tamika, how you doing? He needs to get initiated into the league by, if you're not gonna play in the preseason, you got all these real good guys, put them across from him and let them try to beat his brains out so you can get ready. Because your first initial, if your first initial stop is Jordan Carter and you ain't hit nobody really in practice, you ain't really hit nobody in preseason at all, then no, that's not good. You ain't got time to warm up. Let me tell you about somebody else. Everybody see, don't be fooled by ESPN. ESPN said before, the line ain't that good and all that. Then we get Tyler Booker, and then the narrative changes immediately. The Cowboys will have one of the better offensive lines in the league. Just before the draft, y'all saying we couldn't block nobody. You get one man, and now you saying that we got one of the best off. Don't be fooled by that, y'all. We still got Tyler Guyton. And here's my point about Tyler Guyton. Yes, he did get better during the season, but at the end of the day, what was that? Okay? Ain't no more training wheels. That's what this is what I'm saying. There's no more training wheels now. None. That go for Terrence Steele as well. I don't think nobody really had a problem with BB. It was Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele. And those were the two guys that, a little bit inconsistent. Okay? You don't have time to wait and see. You don't have time to, they're going to, give us about 2-3 games and they'll beat, no. Training wheels is off. Ain't no more excuses. We can't afford it. You know how everybody holding the hand of Mozzie Smith, saying, "Hey, it's year 3. He's gonna be better," and we ain't got time to wait no more. We don't have time to wait anymore. Either you can play or you can't play. That's where we are now. And why am I saying that? Because the Cowboys went all in on Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, and they're about to do the same thing with Michael Parsons. You only got about a 3-4 year window to get it done. That's why you go get a George Pickens now. Because you realize if we don't do it now, we ain't gonna never do it. So we gotta give it all we got now so that we can try to make something happen. Whether they do it or not, that's, I ain't really talking about that. It's the effort is there. When you go get a George Pickens, you're telling the fan base, and you add it there because there's just something the Cowboys don't do. They don't add a guy that caliber like that. But when you do go for it and do it like that, guess what that tells the fan base? You really trying to win now. So because you're trying to win now, you don't have time for training wheels. When I say go buy a dog, the schedule calls for real big dogs, cane corsos, Rottweilers, pit bulls, big dogs. We ain't got time for no chihuahuas and little poodles and all. No. This schedule called for big boys. Y'all don't believe me? Look at the schedule. This was a 7-10 ball club last year. And I think it was Fox, what I saw, Fox Sports, has their schedule as the 5th toughest schedule in the league this year. 7-9 teams don't usually get a almost dang near first place schedule. It just don't happen that way. We have according to Fox Sports, the 5th toughest schedule. Well, that's fine. You still got to play the game. Who knows? All these teams you think gonna be good, they're not gonna be good. Some of the people that Cowboys might upset somebody, but regardless of the fact, you don't have time to figure it out. The schedule won't is not giving you a break. To there's no rest. Y'all know. I mean, show me what the rest is. It ain't other than the bye week. There's no rest on this schedule. I'm about to pull it up and look at it, but y'all know it. I don't have it for the screen for you, but y'all know what it is. We'll read it. I mean, there's no rest. Philadelphia and at Philly. We already know that's a rough way to start it off. The Giants are going to be better than a whole lot of people thinking, all defensively. It's an NFC East game, so you can't say it's going to be an easy game. We already know that. So that I don't think that's no risk. Chicago, another road game. Everybody give their best punch against the Cowboys. Chicago has gotten better, at least on paper. You come out here if you want and mess around. See what I'm saying? There's no rest. That's week 3. Week 4, Green Bay and Dallas. I ain't got to say nothing. Y'all know what Green Bay do to us. I ain't got to add nothing. I'm saying, where's the rest at? This is why I say we got to come out swinging. We ain't got time to be trying to figure it out. The schedule demands for big dog responses immediately. Week 5, the Jets. You figure the Cowboys should beat the Jets. But let me remind you of 2 things. They got a defense over there. And they got Mr. Aaron Glenn over there. Aaron Glenn is the new coach over there. Aaron Glenn's tough-minded. We had that team ready to play. At Carolina. Carolina, they're not a juggernaut, but they got some weapons over there. You don't think Rico Dowell ain't gonna be ready to play us? I mean, I don't know if that scare you. Not don't scare me. I'm just saying he gonna be ready to play. They already got Hubbard, the other running back. That's 1,000-yard back. Then they got Ted McMillan, and then they got Leggett. They got Bryce Young, who obviously played better last year. And they were in a lot of games at the end. They just couldn't pull it out. That's come from experience and all that type of stuff. Carolina ain't raggedy. That ain't gonna be no easy game. I'm trying to find the resting spot. And by the way, the Jets game is on the road as well. So that's 2 road games. After the 2 road games, here come the Washington Commanders to Dallas. I ain't got to say nothing. Y'all know Washington gonna be something to deal with. I'm trying to find the rest, y'all. Then we go to Denver. Playoff team. I mean, come on now. Where's the rest at? The schedule is demanding that we come out swinging. If you don't swing, we'll be talking about the top. We'll be looking at a draft pick in the top 12 again next year. Then we got Arizona. Well, you may say, well, that's a game the Cowboys should win. When has a game against Arizona ever been easy for us? Do I even have to tell y'all about the last? I mean, Arizona dog walks us. Now, most of the time we be playing there, which is a horrible place for us to play. Huh? I'm just saying that. I'm saying that. And Jay Bryant, I ain't recognize you. Appreciate you, brother, for popping in. And you're absolutely right on what you just said there. We have no evidence. However, I'm just looking at the schedule. I don't see no. It's a murdersome schedule. Right after that, the Raiders in Las Vegas. You think they ain't gonna be ready to play? That's a Monday night game too. Can you imagine the city of Las Vegas on that Monday night? Man, it's almost worth me going to Vegas. I've been there at least 5-6 times. Man, look, it is electrifying down there every night because there's always something going on in Vegas. All y'all that's been there, you know, I ain't lying. It's something always, and the Cowboys are coming to town Monday night into Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh my God, you don't think they ain't gonna be ready to play? Ain't no easy game. Then with Dallas, then Philly come to Dallas. Ain't got nothing to say about that, you know. Then we got Thanksgiving. Here come the Chiefs. I ain't got to say nothing. Y'all know who the Chiefs are. Then right after that, we play the Lions. Where's the rest at? Other than the bye weeks and the Thursday night game, you might get 10 days off or something. Then we got to play the Vikings in Dallas. Vikings won what? 13 games last year? Come on now. The Chargers then come to Dallas. Any Jim Harbaugh-led team is going to be ready to play, and they tough. Then we play the Washington again, at Washington. That's Christmas. Then the Giants close it out. So when you hear that schedule, I'm like, we ain't got time for training wheels now. We ain't got time to be talking about Tyler Guyton. He's getting better. We ain't got time for the nurturing aspect. No, nope, not this year. Son, you're a first round pick. Look, you got to go to work now. Off the top. If you're a left tackle, you gonna have to show it. Like right now, week 1, Philly gonna come at you. Philly's gonna come at you. Philly's gonna they come to your side. They gonna try to get a hold of you. We gotta have it. Tyler Booker, sorry. I'm sorry. You're scared. You playing Jordan Carter your first game. We ain't got time for you to be trying to figure it out. No, sir. No. Training wheels is off. I'm sorry. I just read you the schedule. Y'all see it. Mozzie Smith, tired of saying the same thing about you. I am. He's getting better, and year 3 is when you find out if a defensive tackle is ready to play. Well, I ain't got time to wait on you no more. Your first round pick. Usually the first round pick defensive tackles come in blazing. We still waiting. We ain't got time to wait no more. Ain't no more training wheels. No more training wheels. Mozzie, Terrence Steele, look, either your knee is right. Sorry to hear that, Terry. Hope everything's fine with the family. We don't have time, Terrence Steele to be talking about, well, he's really coming off of ACL. That was 2 years ago. Usually after a full year, your ACL is wherever it is at that time. That's about where you're gonna be at. So if you can't play, if you can't move like you used to, then you're gonna get exposed. See, that's what this schedule is gonna do. This schedule is either gonna do one or two things. It's either gonna expose or it's gonna confirm. If you're one of the ones that believe the Cowboys gonna win double-digit wins, possibly 12 games or so, listen, it's gonna be confirmed rather early. And then it's also gonna have a chance to expose you for the fake that you may be. If everybody talking about all of a sudden the Cowboys had one of the top offensive lines in the game, I'm trying to figure that out when they ain't played yet. I'm trying to see that. But they just ain't the players. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones on notice too. Because see, I'm still saying the same thing. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can get mad at me. Y'all know I'm a Cowboy fan. I just tell the truth. Let me say this about Jerry and Stephen. See, yeah, you signed OC. Rightfully so. I believe OC should have got his money as well. I ain't got no problem with that. But even though you signed him, I've already seen that movie. I've already seen, since we ask the same question every year, can we stop the run? Okay. You want me to believe in a new movie, but I got the same people in there that couldn't stop the run in the first place. OC and Mozzie. I've already seen that movie. I already know that. I know what it is. I've seen it. So Jerry and Steve and I don't know, as far as I'm concerned, if we ain't stopping, and look here, your first test, week 1, here comes Saquon Barkley. You ain't got time. We ain't got time to be experimenting. Either you can stop the run or you can't. And if you can't stop the run, stop trying to act like it's gonna click. And I don't know. I got too much film that shows OC and Mozzie cannot stop the run. Let's be realistic. Let's call it like it is. Yes, OC gets you 6 or 7 sacks. That sounds like a playmaking defensive tackle. Yes, that's important. Yes, he can get sacked. But can he stand the ground, take on blocks, take on double teams, and not get moved? I already know the answer because I done seen it. And if they get smashed and pushed around again, then we ain't got time to be waiting. Talking about they're going to get, no, you need to make a trade. Go find me a big boy that can know how to plug up some stuff, take up some space. That's what I need to see. We don't have time, man. The schedule call for it. We don't have time. And what we're doing is we're asking for something from people that we already kind of know what they are. I'm here to tell the truth. And what we're hoping for is that Mozzie goes into a phone booth like he's Superman and turn into a totally different player. That don't usually happen, y'all. You know, it will be. It's at the point now that we'll just be happy if Mozzie is solid, not earth shattering. Just be solid. See right there, Joe. That's what I'm talking about. And you're right. He might. But for you to say that, all that does is raise question marks. If he's the same Mozzie, something need to be done. I mean, how long we gonna experiment? How long? You already got 2 years worth of tape. And now you know what he is. Ain't nobody finna say Mozzie is that dude. Nobody ain't saying that. I'm just saying, training wheels is off. Did y'all just hear that schedule? Cowboys got to come out swinging. The schedule calls for it. The schedule calls for us. If we talking about winning now, the schedule is calling for physicality and a sense of urgency immediately. Is no, we ain't got time to be trying to figure out. No. By now, we don't need to be asking the same question in week 5. Well, I don't need to hear the same narrative when week 5, the Cowboys just can't stop the run. I mean, how many years we got to keep hearing the same thing? Every offseason, same question. Can we stop the run? It's been years. No matter who the coach was, no matter who the offensive coordinator was. See, I mean, a defensive coordinator. See, one thing about Dan Quinn was blessed. He was. Dan Quinn defense was designed to go get the quarterback. And if Dan Quinn has an offense that can score, Dan Quinn's defense is going to look good when they ain't got to really think but just go get the quarterback. That's what happened with us. The offense was scoring a whole lot of points, and before you know it, the Cowboys have a big lead. And now Dan Quinn just go send the horses in. Go get them. Go get the quarterback. That ain't hard, y'all. But in the real tight ball games, where you got a coach now, okay. Kid Cowboy that's all he want. He be waiting. That's all he want to talk about is Dak Prescott. And for the record, I don't even want him recognizing it, because he gonna blame everything on Dak. I mean, you know that. But I recognize what he just said then. There are a couple people on here, that don't have training wheels. Dak Prescott is one of them. They just got to play. It's just simple. Can't afford to be waiting on Dak to go through that. What does Dak do? Dak will start off okay, and then about week 4 or 5, he'll go completely crazy. I mean, just go off. Can't do no wrong. He'll be about a 4-week hot streak. That's what Dak does. And he goes off. We ain't got time to wait this year. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We ain't got time to wait. We don't have time to wait. You gotta come out smoking. Right there in Philadelphia. Right there in the Eagle territory. You gotta come out smoking. Come out going cuckoo. Right on that Thursday night game, Dak Prescott need to be already in mid-season form. If you talking about winning 12 games, you don't have no room for training and waiting and figuring. We gotta, there's a new offensive coordinator and Coach Schottenheimer. We're still trying to figure out the nuances of, man, nobody want to hear about that. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Not this year. He was with your team last year and the year before. Maybe he didn't call the plays, but we don't know, did he design the plays? We don't know. We don't know. But he's been with you. Look, if everybody got a playbook by now, hey, season has started. Get your head into that playbook and figure this stuff out. We ain't got time to waste. You just don't. I'm sorry. Now, if your expectations is, it's kind of like what I think there's a kid Cowboy, 8 and 9, then, you just play week by week and all that type of stuff. But most people got the Cowboys winning at least double-digit games this year. I've even seen a lot of people say 12 and 5. My friend Marlon, I was shocked. Let me show you how crazy it is. Let me show you. I don't do this, but I did it. I just went based off paper, and I know injuries are a big part of the game, and to think that the Cowboys are not going to go through this season with nobody missing games and, slight injuries there, might even be season-ending injuries. If you think that ain't going to happen, you're crazy. But I was just basing it off paper. Everybody's healthy. And I was shocked. I went game by game, and I couldn't believe what I had came up with for a regular season record. I couldn't believe it myself. Because I couldn't believe it, but I was basing it off everybody's healthy. I'm basing it off that you're going to have to play the Cowboys defensively a whole lot different than what you have been because of Pickens. So I went down the list. Y'all know what my record was. I couldn't believe it, y'all. I'm shocked. I'm trying to find a way to get out of it. I got the Cowboys 13 and 4. Unbelievable. Look, I agree. It's almost it sounds unrealistic. I agree. But I went down the list. I did. I had us losing against Philadelphia. Yeah, I hope we beat them, but that's what I'm saying. I had us beating the Giants. That's 1-1. I had us beating Chicago. That's 2-1. I believe we finally gonna get Green Bay. That's 3-1. I believe we're gonna beat the Jets in New York. That's 4-1. I believe we're gonna beat Carolina. That's 5-1. We got Washington at home. That's 6-1. I got us losing against Denver. That's 6-2 at Denver. I got us winning against Carolina. That's 7-2. I got us beating the Raiders in Las Vegas. That's gonna be tough, but that's 8-2. I got us beating Philadelphia in Dallas. That's 9-2. I got us losing against the Chiefs Thanksgiving. It's 9-3. I got us losing against Detroit. 9-4. And let me put a caveat on Detroit. I don't think Detroit is going to be as good as they were. They lost both of their coordinators. They lost Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator, and then they lost their defensive coordinator. You just can't have that. So that's 9-4. So obviously I got them winning every other game. I got us beating the Vikings in Dallas. I got us beating the Chargers. That's 10-11. I got us beating the Chargers in Dallas. I got us beating Washington again in Washington. And check this out. At Christmas, because that's the last game of the year, depending on where the record is, somebody may not be playing just to give them some rest. I'm just being honest. Then, of course, we close at the Giants, and that's depending on where we are. I got us beating the Giants again. That's 13. I couldn't believe I said it. I know it's, and I ain't gonna even argue with your kid, Cowboy. You say Kool-Aid, I couldn't believe it myself. I couldn't believe it. Now, what I'm saying ain't off the wall now. What I'm saying ain't off the wall. I'm just looking at the teams that we're playing. We got Jalen Hurts. I said we're not gonna pull it out Thursday, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did beat Philly at Philly. Gonna be highly emotional there, raising the banner up, all that type of stuff. They're gonna be hyped. They're gonna be ready to play. We will too, but it's always tough for the banner team to lose on that night. I'm not scared of, when we talk about the Giants, I go into a little detail now. When we play the Giants, I'm not scared of the Giants at all. I'm not scared of Russell Wilson. I don't even know who their running back is. Malik Neighbors is going to be tough. Russell's going to give him the ball. Malik Neighbors is tough. I like him. He can hurt you. DMV. Man, I didn't call his name out. DMV, man, is another killer that's been doing an outstanding job, man, with his content and him being on Boss's show and others. DMV has been simply outstanding, what he's done. Salute to you, my brother. And DMV, you got to come on my show. Ain't no doubt about that. That's one of the brothers of the DC universe. I forgot about you, DMV. Forgive me, sir. Forgive me. DMV has done an outstanding job, man, during this time. Oh, when I look at the Bears, y'all, I ain't scared of no Caleb Williams. Who Chicago got? I ain't scared of them. I'm just going, gang. I'm going to show you why I said what I said. I'm just trying to give you. Caleb Williams been running ever since he got out of high school. Do you hear me? Caleb Williams had not had his feet set. That's why he make all these amazing plays out of the pocket, because he can't stay in pocket. When he was at USC, he was running around like a man who had his head cut off. I'm serious. This pass rush is gonna get to you. Ours will. All right. So I ain't scared of that. That's why I say we're gonna beat them. At some point, we just gotta beat Green Bay. And I think this the year. That's what I'm saying. I realize they have our number. I realize that every time we play against them, it's almost just total embarrassment. I realize that. But I just think this year we're gonna get them. I do. I know they got the guy that we want. Well, at least y'all thought we wanted, which is Matthew Golden. I know he got a loaded group of receivers, and Jordan Love is real good. I get it. They got a great running back, Jacobs. I understand, but at some point we got to beat them. I don't even have to tell you. The Jets, we shouldn't lose against the Jets. I'm not scared of Justin Fields. We shouldn't. It's just some games you just got to win. Carolina's gonna be a tough game. Jeff Lee, what's up, brother? Thank you for popping in. Oh, no question, Aztec. Our defense was bad because they had a coach that little innovative and threw us off. With all the motions and all that, and it made us look bad. Eberflus, just based off of the way that he plays defense, which is more of a cover two. More zone than man. Quinn loved to play a lot of man. That's how you slowly but surely stop all that. Slowly. At least you'll be in position. That's the difference there. So I agree with you on that. All right. Carolina. I think Carolina's gonna be a tough game, y'all. But I think we're gonna pull that one out. Washington. Now, let me tell y'all something about Washington that nobody don't want to admit. I mean, was not Washington one of the luckiest teams in the league last year? All them last-second wins, and they was on the right side of the track of it. But they won 2 Hail Mary games. I mean, come on now. I know 2 Hail Marys that they won. You see what I'm saying? All that luck may not happen this year. They played well. I mean, can't argue with it. NFC Championship game, they made it. The quarterback is very good. Jaden Daniels is very good. I give him credit. Debo is there now. Scary Terry is there. Good running back. I give him credit. But they sure won a lot of lucky games last year. I just gave 2. I think they won one last. I think they won 2 last-second field goals. I think there was 4. I think it was about 4 games that could have went either way. They won all of them. They're not as, to me, they're not as great. They made strides without a doubt. They're not as great as what you think. But anyway, I think we beat Washington at home for sure. The Denver game, the reason why I said Denver is because Denver is very solid, man. And they got the kind of coach that Mr. Payton, Sean Payton, that just makes teams better. And they did all this with Bo Nix last year. Bo played, there's an argument could be made that he could have been Rookie of the Year. I don't think he's better than Daniel, without a doubt. But I'm just saying he had a great year. I just think that I really do think that Denver's going to be a problem this year. They got the Defensive Player of the Year over there, Mr. Surtain. They have Bo Nix, I believe. Bo is going to be better. Got a good running game. They young and they hungry. And they have a sense of urgency every week they play because they know Mahomes is there. And, it's going to be hard to even win their division as long as Mahomes is there. So you all automatically almost battling for a wild card spot just in the AFC West because Mahomes owns that division. So every game for them is big. Azteca, let me help you with Kid Cowboy. Kid Cowboy said that Cooper Rush should have been starting. He also said that Trey Lance was better than Dak. So that ought to answer your question. So of course he thinks Herbert and Bo and everybody else is better than Dak. You ask him what Dak is on the ladder of NFL quarterbacks, Dak on his list would be dang near at past mid, and probably at the lower third, if you ask him. So I answer that for you. The Arizona Cardinals. Well, Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be incredible. He is incredible. As a rookie last year, he's only going to get better. And then Kyler Murray is a problem. But I think they don't have enough to beat us. I don't think they got kind of defense to stay with our offense. I'm just giving y'all the details why I came up with 13 and 4. I know it sounds crazy. Raider game is going to be super tough. But I'm not scared of Geno Smith. I'm scared of Brock Bowers, the all-pro tight end. I'm scared of him. He's legit. It remained to be seen if I need to be scared of Genty. Ashton Genty. I don't know if he's that. I don't know if I need to be scared of Genty yet. I haven't seen it yet. All I can say is this ain't Boise State. That's all I'm gonna say about Genty. I believe he's gonna be the truth. I believe he's gonna be a very, very, very good running back. But I haven't seen it yet. This is not Boise State. Whatever conference that Boise State played in, this is not it. So I don't know if Ashton Jennings gonna be all in. I'm not scared of Geno Smith. I'm scared of Brock Bowers. I ain't scared of nobody on their defense. Their defense, well, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Max Crosby is the truth. Ain't no question about that. And if your tackles are not good, Max Crosby is gonna eat all night long. It's just that simple. Crosby is the truth. Much respect to him. Other than that, Brock Bowers and Max Crosby are the only two people I'm worried about. That's not enough to beat the Cowboys. Philly, same thing. The Chiefs, I mean, hey. What T, you know, I was shocked too, T. T, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I went game by game, and I couldn't believe what I came up with. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm not. But that's what I see. I'm saying. I'm saying. I'm just telling you. The Chiefs, which I have a loss by, and I know everybody say, well, you know the Cowboys don't lose on Thanksgiving. I hope they don't. But I've seen enough TV and watched enough games to know who Patrick Mahomes is and who Andy Reid is and Kelsey. And that defense they have, Mr. Jones in the middle, McDuffie, and the all-pro cornerbacks that they have. Listen, I've seen the Chiefs. And you've seen them too. And I believe, look, when we play on Thanksgiving, I don't care if we're all healthy. The Cowboys will be an underdog on that game. That's the Mahomes effect. It's just no question about it. Detroit. After that, I think Detroit is not going to be as good as everybody think they're going to be because of they're losing their coordinators. And I think you can't lose two coordinators and then think you're going to be the same. An argument could be made about our team itself. The only difference is that Schottenheimer was with the Cowboys. So he ain't got to figure stuff out. He knows the person there. Except Tyler Booker. Who else he don't know? You don't know Tyler Booker yet. Everybody else on this offense, he knows. Okay, he don't know Pickens yet. He don't know Pickens. He hadn't seen it, but everybody else, Schottenheimer's been with for the last 2 years. It's really not a heavy transition. He just didn't call the plays, but he knows the person there. That's we got a little advantage there. I think we're gonna be ready to play. Minnesota. Well, as crazy this may sound, the Vikings don't have Sam Darnold this year. And I know, Sam had a great year last year. He got J.J. McCarthy. Now, I will say this about J.J. I love J.J. McCarthy. I do, because J.J. McCarthy was the quarterback that won the national championship for my favorite college football team. That's the Michigan Wolverines. I love J.J. I know what he can do. But he's a rookie. See, this ain't Michigan no more. You ain't playing the University of Minnesota. You see what I'm saying? This is not you playing Rutgers. No. This is the NFL. JJ ain't seen this type of speed. You ain't seen this type of speed coming at you where you got to make quick decisions like that. So you get back there and pose in Michigan, all that type of stuff. Keep in mind, he's going to be a rookie as far as playing. He didn't play last year because he tore his ACL, remember? So he really is a rookie this year. Ain't no rookie quarterback going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe it. So that's why I got us over Minnesota. I don't care nothing about Justin Jefferson and Addison and the tight end they have. I don't care nothing about that. Hawkinson, that's his name. I don't care nothing about that. If your quarterback is shaky, if your quarterback is a rookie, and you got this type of defense, pass rush coming at you, listen, I don't care nothing about it. I love JJ, love him. Know what he's clutch, I give him credit. But on that night, hit him in his mouth. That's all. Okay, done. Chargers. Chargers is gonna be I got us winning, but the Chargers are gonna be a tough game because of their coach. Jim Harbaugh always has his team highly physical, and they run the football. Justin Herbert is a tough dude. Herbert is a good ball player. I don't know who they will have as their wideouts this year. I don't know. I haven't studied them, so I don't know. But Jim Harbaugh will have them ready to play. And it's going to be a tough game for us. Last two at Washington. I put question marks on it because if it's Christmas, like if we are in the battle for the division, then all hands on deck. But if we can't win the division and we are locked into a wild card spot, then are we really going to play? I mean, that's too much of a risk when you say that, and then you got the Giants, the last game. So ain't nobody get no 3 weeks off. I'm just saying they may not play the whole game. They're going to get some type of rest. It just depends on where we are. And if we're not in the playoff hunt at all, I don't know. If they, you don't know how the attitude would be with the team once they know they ain't in it no more. One thing about this generation of NFL players, they're not going to risk their body for injuries at all. They're not going to do it. I ain't just talking about the Cowboys, that's every team. The Pro Bowl used to be such an honor to go. And it's the same thing. The fans voted back then. But it was an honor to play until somebody, I forgot who it was, got really hurt there. And players, they're nice flag football now. It just goes to show you. It used to be an honor to go. Back then, the game used to be in Hawaii every year. It was an honor to make the Pro Bowl. It meant something when you say Pro Bowl. He's a Pro Bowl player. Guys don't even go no more. The starters don't even go. They said, "No, we ain't gonna play." The same thing approach when they're not involved. You know what I'm saying? When they're not involved in a playoff hunt or a playoff race, they'll shut their thing down, man. Ain't nobody finna get hurt out there. And you playing for absolutely nothing. So it all depends on where we are when Christmas get here, and then week 18 against the Giants. That just all depends on where we are. But out of that, I gave us exactly, Verdi. Yeah, nobody even hollered what. I went to it. I actually went to the Pro Bowl when it was in Vegas. That was a couple years ago. I went to it. It was fun. You know, the competition got a little, little competition when the game got tight. They playing flag football. Them guys went at it, because they do get paid some money. So, that little chump change they get paid for winning the Pro Bowl. Some of them guys want to do it because they want to give it to the wives or something like that. 50, I think $100,000 per play. That's chump change to them. When you get paid $20 million a year and all that type of stuff, that ain't nothing. That's just to cover the expenses of your trip there, because you done brought your family there, you done ate everywhere, you done shopped and all that. So you'll try to get that little $100,000 back quick then. Joe, I agree. I've already said that the Giants are there, but the only reason why I believe their defense will be good, I believe their pass rush will be incredible this year. With Thibodeau and my guy who I wanted in the draft, Abdul Carter, you put him there, I mean, the pass rush is just going to be ridiculous. But I don't believe in Russell Wilson. And if Russell Wilson not playing, I don't believe in Jameis Winston. And then, hey, Michelle, and then if they got Jason Dart, the kid from Ole Miss, once they turn it over to him, I treat him and look at him as a rookie quarterback. This is not Ole Miss no more. You understand? This is the NFL. I could care less about, he's from Ole Miss. He was all SEC quarterback. And look, I don't care about that. It's the NFL. This ain't Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin can't save you here. You're going to find out real quick how really good you really are. I don't think he's really that good. I didn't like him at Ole Miss. I didn't. He ain't no trash, but he ain't had no business being drafted that high. And then, of course, me being personal, there's nowhere in the world he's better than Shedeur Sanders. I don't even have to get into that because I'm not going to turn it into the Shedeur Sanders show. But we all know, we saw what happened. There were plenty of quarterbacks that went before him, and there's just nowhere in the world that was supposed to happen. Okay, anyway. I see you, T. Yeah, that $100,000 counts. So I was shocked again that I came to 13-4. I don't know how. Look, I don't look. If you were to ask me the truth, and y'all know I'm a Cowboy fan, but I'm honest. I ain't a homer. I thought that by the time I got through predicting everybody healthy on both sides, on both teams, I thought that I was going to come up maybe with 11 wins. I had them winning double digits anyway. I thought that I was going to come up just with 11 wins. I did it twice, and I'm trying to talk myself out of it. I just think that if we both healthy, I think that the Cowboys going to score a whole lot of points this year. Jay Bryan, you talking? Let me get to my guy, because Jay is now got me. I'm talking as a fan. Now you want to make me switch hats. Jay said we have on paper 2 areas of weakness. One taking corner. Running back is an uncertainty, but not necessarily a weakness. Everything else, we are comparable and superior to the teams on the schedule. Also, he was supporting me in my 13-4 statement. I get you now, Jay Bryan. And I agree with Jay. See, let me break down what he said. Let me help out. Jay, correct me if you're not thinking the same way, at least what I'm interpreting what you're saying. But I found out about Jay Brown, we think alike. So I think the cornerback position will be a weakness this year because of the unknown. Even if you get Diggs back, when he comes back, if I'm an offensive coordinator and Diggs is out there, whenever he comes back, I'm going at him like he's the raggedest cornerback in the league. Why? Because I'm finna test your knee out. I don't know if your mentality is right on the comeback. I don't know. I don't know if you're still hurting. I don't know, one thing about it, you ain't put that type of pressure on your knee. I don't know if you play a game, for those of us that had knee surgeries like I have, my surgery was a long time ago, 1990. I had my left ACL torn out. What I did notice when I came back in 10 months to play again. But what I did notice was my knee would swell, not crazy, but it would swell and it would require attention. And Diggs' surgery was way worse than mine. I think he almost had microfracture surgery, if I'm not mistaken. So how's the knee gonna respond to that adrenaline, that intensity, all of that type stuff? I mean, the soreness may be there. I don't know. It may not be there. But if it is there, I'm going at Diggs. Then when we start talking about the rookie that we drafted, Revell, I mean, his was just it seemed like last month. What he had in September? It ain't been a whole year. Of course I'm going at him. Not because they're not good. It's the unknown. So I think the cornerback position is going to be tough. And then when you got Elam, who was a first round pick at corner, okay, I'm just saying it like this. Most teams don't get rid of first round cornerbacks. So Buffalo got rid of them. So I would like to know why. You see what I'm saying? Overshown, Greg, my prayer is, seriously, I hope Overshown don't play this year. See, one thing the Cowboys over the years have done for years, they've always rushed back players. And the guys ain't right. Sean Lee wasn't right. They rushed him back. Or they let him come back. Michael Gallup had to retire. Now he back because he finally got that year out. I'm saying you rush people back. Jalen Smith, rushed him back. See what I'm saying? Cowboys got a long bad hit. Terrence Steele. No, he wasn't right. Rushed him back. Let him play. Ezekiel Elliott. No, he was limping. Soon he got hit. He limping. He back in the game. Didn't give him the proper rest. I hope Overshown don't play because he's had 3 knee surgeries, 2 on one leg, 1 on the other. So it's I don't like it. I hope Overshown don't come back. Diggs, you see what I'm saying? Exactly, Verdi. But they let him play. That's my problem. You didn't let the guys get it. Yeah, exactly. LVE. You never gave them the proper time so their body can really heal. Tried to rush him back on the field. He'll be back after 5 weeks when really he's supposed to be now 7 or 8 weeks. Then he get injured again. Push, mess it up. See, I don't want Overshown. I hope Overshown does not play this year. I hope he doesn't. That will give him a full year. More than a year, actually, to get his body together. And next year, he'll come out smoking. I know it's hard. I know he want to play. So I don't want him to play. I don't. Now his talent level obviously would help the team, but if he gonna re-injure himself again, like no. You do realize that when you come back early, your body overcompensates for the area that's really injured, and that's how you get more injuries. And that's what happens. I don't want him to come back. So I understand what Jay Bryant was saying. That to me, it's going to remain a weakness. You just hope somebody like Elam steps up. You hope Carson comes back and ready to play. Nobody's talking about Izzy Markuma, or whatever his last name is. Izzy, y'all know what I'm talking about. Where is his role going to be this year? What is his role? If Izzy is back, that's who I'm looking at. I ain't counting Diggs, Diggs and O'Shawn. I'm not even looking at those guys. Yeah, exactly, Jay. So I'm not hype about Diggs coming back. The name scare people because it represents, but we gotta, everybody have knee injuries. Usually they say, you're not yourself in that first year coming back. So the same rules would have to apply to Diggs. If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going at Diggs. I mean, Diggs' knee ain't right. He gonna give up big plays. Can he stop on a dime with that knee? Can he shift on a bad, on a reconstructed knee that ain't had a full year? I mean, can he? You see what I'm saying? Can he run at the angles? That's a lot, man. All right. Jay says running back is an uncertainty. Now, I will say this about that part. It's an uncertainty, and I agree with him 1,000%. It's not necessarily a weakness. And here's the reason, Jay Bryant, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the way I'm interpreting, because I've said this on previous shows. If defensive coordinators do what I think they're going to do as far as attacking the Cowboys, I'm expecting a lot of two-shell high safeties. In other words, the two safeties are on the hash. Cornerbacks are there. In other words, nobody is going to get over the top. Okay? Nobody. Because they are not going to want Pickens and Lamb to be one-on-one. They don't want that. They don't want that. They don't want it because they know what's going to happen. So because of that, I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of 8-man boxes this year. So then the question is, with the running backs that you have, whether there's Javonte Williams, or he's going to be a running back by committee anyway, whether it's Blue, whether it's Lemke, whoever else you have back there. All right. The question is, can they run against a 7-man box, a light box, however way you want to call it? Can they run against a light box? That's the question. I think they can. I think they're good enough to run against a straight up 7-on-7. But then now the question becomes is how really good is your offensive line? Because they're going to see a lot of open boxes. If we can't push people around, then, we're going to be in trouble. We'll find all this out in week 1. Shoot. I told y'all we ain't got time for training wheels. The Philadelphia Eagles ain't stupid. Vic Fangio, he going to switch it up. But he's primarily going to be having guys. You're going to have them safeties over the top. He ain't going to let Pickens and Lamb beat his brains out. That ain't going to happen. So can our offensive line move Jordan Carter and Jordan Davis and all those guys, can they move them? Yeah, T said, can they run, period. We finna find out week 1. That's why I told you ain't got time for training wheels. They got to come out swinging right from the start. If I'm a defensive coordinator, there's no way you're going to have to pick and choose. It's going to happen rarely, but primarily, I'm not letting Pickens and Lamb destroy me. I'm not letting them go one-on-one. No way. I know what's going to happen 9 times out of 10. They're going to beat my brains out. We'll score 40 points a game if teams play us like that. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be 2 shell high, and they're not going to cheat the strong safety down to get in the box. It's not going to happen. So Blue and Javonte Williams are going to have to average, whoever getting the ball, you can't be talking about they averaging 3.2 yards per carry. No, sir. The only way you're going to change that thing to come down is unless you're averaging maybe, help me out, Jay Bryant, because they don't respect Javonte Williams. They don't know nothing about Blue and Lemke and whoever else we going to have back there. Field, the run from Clemson. If we average by 4 point, I want to say 4.5, but anywhere between 4.3 and 4.5 yards a carry or 4.3 and more, then guess what? That might start to bring the safety down. See? That's what we're going to have to do to get them to pull the safeties down so then we can go one-on-one. See, right now, let me tell you what defensive coordinator's going to do. Yeah, Jay. Perfect. Love what you're saying now. See, I already knew. See, Jay bring out the technical side in me. Jay says they pull the running back out. Oh, you were coming, right? You must be in my little head notes up here. Jay Bryan said he used somebody like Blue out the backfield, screen passes, whatever, swing passes, and you can kill them like that. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Because we got to count running backs and catch the ball. All right? But T is the one that I've been saying since day one. I said it earlier in the show. Because of the way that they're going to play Pickens and Lamb, most teams will. Everybody don't have the personnel like the Eagles. So some teams, because they don't have the personnel like the Eagles, they're not going to have a choice but to run a 2-shell high look. Philadelphia got a lot of weapons on defense. A team like Carolina, for instance, they don't. See what I'm saying? The Giants, for instance, the next game, they're going to believe in they pass rush so much that they're going to drop 7. They just going to pass rush with the 4. It'll be rare if they blitz somebody else with that. Abdul Carter and Thibodeau and big dude in the middle. What's my guy name? Jesus. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Big 97. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But they're gonna be leaning on there just a 4-man front, and then if they're gonna zone up, they're gonna make Dak throwing tight windows, which brings some of his interceptions. But you can only do that if you have the personnel. So if you're running the zone and you're not bringing your safety up, then that means you are going to be going one-on-one in the middle, which is what T is saying, which is what I've said it earlier in the show. I'm expecting y'all. Now, y'all want to know who's going to be the breakout player this year? If he stay healthy, Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson is going to be a Pro Bowl, borderline, all-pro tight end this year. Why? Because he's the one person that defensive coordinator is going to say, okay, this is the person that's going to beat me this year. It's going to have to be him. It's going to have to be Jake Ferguson because I'm not letting Pickens and Lamb beat me. So Jake Ferguson is going to get a bunch of one-on-ones with linebackers. He might get one-on-one with some safeties. And Jake Ferguson is good enough to whip both of them easily. And we all know Dak loves throwing the tight ends. Need I remind you of Dalton Schultz? Need I remind you of Jason Witten? He loves to throw the tight ends. because that is his game. Short and intermediate. Intermediate type throws. That's Dak. And he's going to be one-on-one. So guess what? I'm expecting Jake Ferguson to go. Look, Dalton Schultz is probably still sending flowers to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is the reason why he got that big money in Houston. It's because of what he did in Dallas. I'm expecting Ferguson to have a gigantic year because he's going to be one-on-one. You threw in Schoonmaker. Hey, they ain't going to double cover them. They're not going to double cover. The tight ends will have their chance this year. For real. Huh? Dexter Lawrence. Thank you, Jay. That's exactly what I was thinking about. So I'm going to T. Ferguson, T and Jay, Brian, perfect. We all saying the same thing. I'm expecting Jake Ferguson to catch almost 80 balls this year. If he's not injured, of course. I'm expecting Jake Ferguson to almost catch 80-some balls this year. Seriously. I believe it. I believe he's gonna eat alive a middle of a defense. Especially, now you're making me real get technical. I'm getting excited. Especially when one of them line up on that side, on the same side as Ferguson. What if you line up and have a trip set, 3 wide receivers? All right. You got CD and Pickens on the side. CD line up inside. Pickens line up outside. The tight end lines up on the right side. Where you think the focus of the defense is going to be? It's going to be over there with Pickens and Lamb. Man, look, Jay Ferguson is going to have so much room to work. It's going to be incredible. I'm expecting him to have a big year this year. Seriously. See, that's what one man does. It ain't the production yet. It's just that you know that George Pickens demands respect. What up, Coach? If y'all ain't signed up for Coach Mars' channel, y'all need to do that. It's Coach Mar Real Talk. He has a YouTube page. Just started his show, I believe, last week, if I'm not mistaken. We all love Coach Mar. We already know that. Y'all subscribe to my brother. Coach, you got a show now. I mean, man, folks like to hear you talk on my end, so you may have to come on in on my show live and in color this time. About that time now. Coach Mar ain't gonna let me talk though. Coach Mar ain't gonna let me talk. Y'all know that. I love Coach Mar. I like to listen to him talk myself. I'm serious. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Coach Mar, my brother, man. Coach Mar so low. Coach, help me out right here. Type it in. I'm almost done. Glad you came in. Jay Bryan and T, we talking the same language over here. Am I wrong for saying, Coach? You know, am I wrong for expecting Jake Ferguson this year, if he's healthy, to have his best year ever? Because what I was just saying, I don't know when you came in, is that just the presence of CD is a problem. But when you bring in Pickens now, the production is going to come. But I'm just saying the presence, it changes the way that you have to play the Cowboys now. And I was just saying that because if you want to come out maybe in the trip set and you got Lamb in the middle on the same side as Pickens, and you got Jake on the opposite side, well, all the attention is going to the left side where Lamb and Pickens is. Jake Ferguson going to have so much room to work. It's just going to be, and it's going to be one-on-one. And Jake is supposed to kill folks this year. Am I wrong, Coach? Am I wrong for thinking this? I don't care if Pickens is on one side and CD is on the other side. Jake Ferguson is the one that's going to get one-on-one coverage. Ain't nobody going to You gonna have to give up. You gonna have to make a decision. It's too much that the Cowboys have. All right, you know what I'm saying? It's too much. You gonna have to pick. You gonna have to pick what you're willing to give up. I think defensive coordinators are gonna be willing to give up. Jake Ferguson say, "Okay, Jake, are you that good? Okay, you got to beat us because we ain't gonna let Lamb and Pickens destroy us. We ain't going 1-on-1 with them, but we gonna go 1-on-1 with you. You just gonna have to beat us. We got a linebacker out here that can cover you 1-on-1. T trying to send me out, Coach. Coach, I had to tell you about that. I'll just, I usually don't do predictions, but Marlon, Coach Marlon, Marlon, they played football together. Marlon made me do a prediction. We was on the phone, and I couldn't believe I came up with a 13-4 prediction, Coach. I couldn't believe it. I thought just based off the schedule, I said, we should win about 10 to 11 games. I came out 13-4 because I looked at who was playing, and I just say, okay, barring injury, everybody's healthy. I just think the Cowboys are better than some of these teams just off the paper. And I just feel like the offense is going to score a whole lot of points this year. I don't think team going to be able to keep up with the scoring. I'm serious. Yeah. Exactly, Jay. I'm call me a homer or whatever, but I just think the offense is just gonna score a whole lot of points this year. I'm serious. I do. I really do. Dak has done this with lesser teams, man. I'm serious. Dak has put up 4,000 yards, 30 plus touchdowns with lesser teams. You give him this, man. Come on now. I mean, think about it. See, I'm talking about this. Listen to me. Look at this. Look what Coach says. I believe, see, Coach, you right with me. What I say? Before Coach Marv got on here, didn't I say 80 catches? I said he's going to have at least 80 catches this year. He'll be a Pro Bowl tight end this year. Didn't I just say that? I just told you. Coach Marv come in and say that. Pickens have 45. I think he's going to have more than that, Coach. I don't think we're going to run it as much as everybody thinking. I believe we're going to run it when we want to. We'll have the ability that we can. I just don't. And we'll see that. I just don't think that the strength of your team offensively as of now, this can change during the season. You would hope that the offensive line would be the strength of your offense. I just don't see it. Not now. I got to see it first. But without a doubt, as of now, today, the strength of your offense is your passing game. We don't have no evidence about the running game yet. So it can't be that. We don't know how good the offensive line is. It can't be the offensive line. But we do know how good CD is. We do know how good Dak is. And we do know how good Pickens is. And we got a good idea what Ferguson is. The strength of your offense right now is your passing game. I was always taught that you could put the ball in the hands of your best players. As of now, best players on this offense is your quarterback and your wide receiver. I don't believe we're going to run it as much as everybody thinking. I don't think this offense is going to be a time of possession type offense. I believe this is going to be kind of like it was a couple years ago. And I may be wrong. It's just me thinking. I think this is going to be the kind of offense like it was a couple years ago. Y'all remember how we used to just score like crazy and Dan Quinn was the coordinator where we blow people out like crazy and then we make them one-dimensional, and when you got to pass the ball, and that's why all the pass rush came in. I'm leaning toward that more than I am a time of possession type offense. Now I know we're gonna play some of the better teams, and we got to get in a duke, a shoot, not a shootout, but a knuckle up fight type game. Then that's where the toughness part is gonna have to come in. That's where we're gonna have to dominate and move people around offensively. And that's where the real running game when we start playing these real tight ball games. But I think that the goal gonna be the score. I'm serious. I just don't see it no other way. Yeah, they're not gonna do it anyway. You don't bring it's kind of common sense. I mean, I don't know what the definition, and maybe that's another whole show with itself. And Coach Mar, I know you're gonna do it because I know you listen to me, and I know you're gonna attack this. Like, what would you say, Coach, if we don't run with this schedule, we will win 9-10 games. We already falling for the banana and tailpipe. See, that's why I was saying. So that's why I know Coach gonna do the job. See, I know he's gonna do it. I think we need to define, Coach. We need to define when we say we're gonna run the ball. What are we really talking about? Like, I guess I'm saying how many carries, or could it be touches? Let's say it like this. I'll see if you're doing this little swing pass to the running back. Some people count that as a better version of a run. Okay, that's fine. But what are we talking about combined, since we know we're gonna run by committee? What are we talking about? How many carries or touches should the running backs have per game? That would kind of tell us what we do. And I guess what we can say is, okay, how many pass attempts are we really talking that Dak Prescott should have per game? I think that, we gonna have to pass the ball. We know that. There'll be some games where Dak probably will have to throw more than 30 times a game, but what is the goal, or how many touches we really need to be running? That's what I'm looking for. I don't think it'll ever be a game. I don't think it would ever be a game where we ran the ball more than we passed the ball. Now, we might be balanced. It might be 5 more passes than run. That's what we're looking for. That's a good game. But I just don't say it. I just don't see it. T says, I think you're saying 25 carries or touches from the running backs and 32 passes. That's balance. That's also a lot of plays too. So even when I didn't say that, T, then you threw that in. So then I have to say then that's a lot of time of possession. So that means that's a lot of sustained drives. A lot of them are methodical, time off the clock, et cetera, et cetera. That's a lot of plays. If your running back got 25 carries and your quarterback still threw for 30 times in a game, over 30 times a game, you done had the ball a long time. See what I'm saying? So I think that Coach Marv, I'm not arguing with you. We do need to run it. I like that, Jay Bryant. I believe that too, because that's really not Schottenheimer style. Jay says, I don't think we'll see the spread formation like we did so much last year. I agree with that 100%. Let me ask y'all this. See, I got football people talking now. Coach Marv, Jay, T, do you think, yeah, T, exactly. Do you think we see finally, okay, let me read Coach. Coach says, not being balanced and physical presence to your offense hurts your defense effectiveness and will be the key to a Super Bowl. I like it, Coach. I got to see it, though. You ain't wrong in what you're saying. 1,000,000% right. I just don't see it from the Cowboys. I just don't. I don't. See, this is also when the politics get involved. You know, we know politics getting about. This is when Jerry stick his nose and they say, hey, you know, I ain't pay no quarterback no $60 million to be just handing the ball off. Jerry would do something like that. Same way he put in Ezekiel Elliott in for Rico last year, and there was no reason why. Zeke started crying, Jerry to the rescue. See, I can see that. I can see him calling Schottenheimer and say, man, look, I know what you're trying to do. I seen it for 4 games. God dang, I ain't pay CD $35 million now just to be blocking. I want to see it, but I know Jerry. I just know Jerry. You made me lose my train of thought, Coach. I was about to say something good. Oh, here's what I was about to say. Jay, Coach Marv, T. Y'all the 3 got me thinking. So since Jay just said that don't expect the spread a lot, and I agree with that, will that be substituted now with way more 2 tight ends at 12 personnel? I think that would be great. If we run the ball effectively, like Coach was saying, I think that would be great. 12 personnel with Schoonmaker and Jake and pick your choice of receiver. That would be great for us. Coach says our fans want offense, but this will go as far as the defense takes us. Coach, how give me a scale of, since we ain't talking, I'm about to go. On a scale of 1 to 10, Coach, and we'll talk about this later, because I think that's a good question to ask Cowboy fans. Scale of 1 to 10, I guess everybody that's watching. How comfortable are you feeling about the defense, considering, you know, we don't know who's going to be the other corner right now? Considering our linebacker, I think we got better at linebacker, but we ain't seen it happen yet. And then, I'm sorry, y'all got faith in Mozzie and Osi, but I'm saying I hope they play much better. I'm saying, because I haven't seen that movie. I got plenty of film showing how they got dominated. I do. I got 2 years worth of them, seeing them get dominated. Running the ball. Osi gets sacks, but when the team decided to run against us, we still had the same old question. We got to stop the run. Now, I know we got depth, but, you know, can Solomon Thomas play still? Can he play? Can Turner play? I mean, we hope we can, but we got to see it. So how confident are you in this total defense, Coach? As of right now, because this looks like who we're going to be going to war with. I mean, I keep hearing about, we still can do this. We still can pick up players and all that. Until we pick them up, I ain't doing it. I ain't going. I mean, how confident are y'all, scale 1 to 10 on this defense? I think we're gonna be better against the run, but can we hold teams down to, you know, majority of the time under 100? I mean, we're gonna find this out in week 1. I mean, that's why I say ain't no time. Ain't no time for training wheels. We gotta come out swinging. We gotta put a hat on Saquon immediately. If we don't, he'll rack up 150. Birdie says a 7. Okay. It's just kind of like, I love the kid that Uberflows brings from Chicago, and that's Saborn. I love him. I love Saborn. He's solid linebacker. Love him. Smart. Knows where to be. No, you kids, Booth is trash. I mean, I don't mean to say it like, I'm sorry. Booth ain't worth talking about. I mean. I was just saying, Coach, he's good, but he gets pushed back. He gets pushed back. I consider him more of a playmaking tight end than a guy that just hold his ground. I mean, he deserves his money. He's a great player. I love him. But he ain't the first name I come up with talking about stopping the run. I watched the film too. I got too much to show how he got pushed back. Our front line in the middle was not good. Not since now Hankins and Osa was good together. Mozzie and Osa ain't good together. See the difference? Osa and Hankins were good together. Mozzie and Osa ain't hitting on nothing. Not to me. He said 6 right now against the run. 6 may go. Murray is good too. I agree. Murray gonna be solid for us. And the kid from Florida is gonna be real good too. We got some head hunters. I like that. Got some head hunters. I can deal with that. Exactly, Joe. Booth was horrible, man. And he should be cut. To be honest with you. Unless he comes out and balls out, unless he balls out, here in preseason and all that kind of stuff. He'll get his chance because he'll be one of them guys playing in preseason. So we'll see. All right, man, this is a great show. Y'all made me switch hats. I was talking just like a fan, but now y'all got me thinking. I don't know when I'm coming back, but I'll be back. I can't tell you what day because my son has me rolling around. Fortunately, I was able to be off today. He had no game today, so I was able to come on our regular time. So I was glad about that. So I'll see you guys possibly Monday. Yeah, maybe Monday night, maybe. If he don't have practice, I will see you guys probably Monday night. All right. I need to save my voice because I got to preach in the morning. Yeah, I got to preach in the morning, so I'm going to rest up, look at my little Easter speech one more time, a couple more times, and take it from there. Appreciate all of y'all. Again, y'all go hit Coach Marv's icon there. If you haven't subscribed to him, Coach Marv has started his own YouTube channel, finally. It had his own show. And y'all help my brother out. Love Coach Marv. And his name is Coach Marv Real Talk. He has a YouTube channel. Coach Marv Real Talk. I think he got Facebook. It's the same thing too. I think it's the same thing on Facebook. Coach Marv, help me out if I'm wrong. Let me know. I think it's the same thing there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna speed up the process. Let me go to YouTube. I'm gonna put it into the chat. That's how we'll close the show. Coach Marv, you ain't got to do it. I got you. As much as Coach Marv, everybody loves him. Everybody. Been on everybody's show. We got to help him. You know what I'm saying? We have to get him. We need to get him to 1,000 subscribers immediately. I'm talking about immediately. think I got it right. I'm just trying to get it. Coach Marv, if you're doing it, but don't do it because I'm on your channel now. We need to get him to 1,000 subscribers immediately. All right, I'm about to put it into the chat now to make it easier for all you guys. Need you to do that. Right here. There it is. Y'all just see it. I just put it in the chat. It's a link there so you can already go straight to it. If you hit that, that is Coach Marv's channel. I need everybody to go there and subscribe to his channel. Coach Marv, incredibly knowledgeable, has coached the game, knows the game, stands on what he believes is better. Yeah, Joe. Great knowledge. I listen to him. Just great analysis. I ain't got to explain nothing about Coach Marv. Everybody knows how good he is. So subscribe to his channel. Let's help our brother out. Let's get him to 1,000 as quickly as possible. I'm quite sure, so he can get paid. Once you get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you start getting paid for it. So you know I'm trying to get him there quickly. All right? That's right. You put in the time, you deserve some reward for your labor. So I'm with him on that. All right? Let's get him there real quick, y'all. You see the channel, copy it and paste it, do whatever you got to do. And let's get him there. All right? I'm out. I've been on here too long. Thanks for hanging with your boy. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you. Turn on those live notifications to know when I'm coming on. It'll hit your phone. And hopefully you'll be able to join me. And we'll talk more Cowboy talk as we get closer and closer to training camp. We're getting closer and closer. And the show will begin. Once you hit the grass going to tell the story. You understand that? All right, until then, I'll see y'all. I have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. This has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show. I bob your head a little bit.